And welcome guys, it's back to Athletica Lifestyle Fitness. As you can see, I'm here with the Ironman medallion. Yes, I've just finished the 2011 Australian Ironman. I've come up to the Gold Coast to do my recovery, and I'm joined tonight by two close friends of mine. I've got Dr. Nick here and Dr. Espen. Both these guys are chiropractors, and I've come up here to do a little bit of recovery, and I've asked them to come in and do a little bit of an interview tonight, just to explain a few things that maybe could assist you with the stuff that you do, and they've certainly assisted me with the stuff that I do. First and foremost, I'll speak to Dr. Espen first. Dr. Espen, today I attended a bikram yoga class, which is, for the fans out there that don't know what it is, it's a 90-minute yoga class in a heated room. Is that right?
That's correct, yeah.
And I walked out of that class feeling $1 million. Now, Dr. Espen, could you sort of explain to the viewers why someone like me, after such a long effort, 13 hours of racing, why it would affect me and I'd feel so good after a class like that?
It actually makes sense when you put together all the thought of the focus that you put down to such a preparation. When the mental capacity focuses on one strong moment at a time, that's where all the energy goes. Everything gets entailed, same with the body and the mind, so you focus on your strategic postures all the time, such as cycling, while your mind is focusing on the same thing. This exercise form actually allows you to both physically and mentally release from that and open up your body and your mind. It's amazing. Very
interesting. I would have only assumed that yoga would focus on just the physical aspects, but as Dr. Espen said, it's not only the physical aspects, but it's also through the mind, and it's a mental sort of recovery and relaxation technique. So it's a great exercise. Last night also with Dr. Nick, I actually stayed with him the night, and he actually did a bit of an adjustment on me. While I was living here last year, I probably underestimated the adjustments that I did have. With Dr. Nick, again, like I said last night, he adjusted me, and after that I did feel a lot looser. Nick, there were some certain things that he said he found and he'd noticed about when he did his assessment. Do you want to just explain to the viewers what you found?
Well, something like an Ironman is obviously a very big stress up on the body, and you can see initially for you, the way you presented last night, you were very forward flexion in your posture, and there was a lot of tension and stress which through your neck and shoulders, which is that sort of where the cervical meets your upper back. And for you, obviously with your long bike ride.
So due to the extended arm position for the 6 hours in the bike ride, would that have had some sort of bearing on what happened? Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, from a nerve interference point of view, which what we look at as a chiropractor is we look at obviously the spine and the structure and surrounding nerves that supply the muscles and tissues and organs.
Okay.
And sometimes if a joint is fixated, which for you in through your neck and shoulders, there's a lot of restriction in some of those joints, you'd expect and you will see some nerve pressure and some nerve involvement. So from what we do is we came in, corrected some of those areas in your spine, and you can see for you straight away, adjusting your neck and shoulders, you sat back straight away. It was almost an obvious change, which I suppose that's the beauty of what we do.
Now look, and that's fantastic. Like I had the best of both worlds. Like, I had the hot yoga side of things and the bikram yoga, and then I had the chiropractic assessment, and you know, that's all good and said for someone like me who does triathlon and does do a lot of hours of training a week. But Dr. Espen, hot yoga, like would it help, say, a normal sort of individual person, like a mother, or you know, are there benefits for other people? Is it just benefits for athletes?
Well, I think that question speaks for itself, to be honest. When you imagine such an exercise as yoga, which every class is a beginner's class, there's no limits to what you can achieve, and there's no limits to where you need to be when you start. And the most important thing for people out there, as this is actually becoming a big problem for the world, is that immobilization and obesity is one of the prime killers.
Massive.
Prime killers.
Definitely.
And if you can make such a little choice as just to rock up once and give it a try, and tell you what, it might change your world, it might change your world. If it changes 1 out of 10, mate, you know, we're starting to save the world. It's amazing.
And Nick, would you say the same as Dr. Espen said with the hot yoga for a chiropractic assessment for the normal person? Would you say that it's something that maybe the normal person should look at, like if they're feeling lethargic or they're feeling tired or they've got some stresses at work? Like, is it something that can relieve some tension that people they might not think that an adjustment could do something like that. But
I think the biggest thing what we do, we find after assessing someone is people walk away and go, I can't believe chiropractic can actually help me that much.
Yeah.
They don't realise the importance of just your nervous system and your health. I think people are pretty easy going and thinking they can get through life with pain and so forth, and very much pop a pill mindset for sometimes symptom relief type care. What we look at is more as a holistic approach, looking at the body's got the ability to heal itself. You know, we've got that innate intelligence, which is, you know, not a deep religious sort of level, but looking at the body can heal itself, and that's where we come from.
And that's what it does. If you get a cut, that's exactly what it does.
And look, to be honest, as you're aware, I've been in the fitness industry for now, you know, a good 13 years. I've seen a lot of gyms and a lot of studios and a lot of health clinics, but like in summing up, guys, the clinic that they work at is a clinic up here in Queensland. It's in Brisbane. It's called Bonfire. It's a clinic that I've never seen in Melbourne before. It's a clinic that incorporates chiropractic and hot yoga. Obviously, as Dr. Espen, they go hand in hand, do they?
Well, you know, if you think of it from just a logical perspective, it just makes sense.
One works the spine, one strengthens
and lengthens. Well, it lengthens, exactly right. And this is the point. I mean, Bonfire in Jindalee, which is out Ipswich, is actually the first place on the world that this has occurred, ever. Chiropractic and hot yoga coming together and building the strength of the spine and the health from the inside and out. Not only that, we have clinical nutritionists lined up, musculoskeletal experts. We've got some of the best yoga teachers in the world.
There was a massage therapist, I'm sure.
There was a massage therapist.
Fantastic.
This is a way of changing someone's life. It's a commitment.
From a mindset point of view, I think we try and make people leave that stinking thinking at the door. And when they walk in, and particularly when they leave the class, all we've got people doing is thinking and thanking.
Look, guys, look, we're going to have to wrap up now, but look, I'd just like to thank Dr. Nick and Dr. Espen for coming out here tonight and having a chat with us. If you are in Brisbane or you've got friends or family in Brisbane, get down to Bonfire in Jindalee. There's going to be one opening in Logan very soon. It's a fantastic. These guys are fantastic doctors. They've helped me tremendously, and I can only recommend them. If you're not in Brisbane, please have a look at hot yoga and think about chiropractic work for the long term, because it will benefit you. Take care, thanks, and I'll speak to you soon. Thanks very much.